welcome to another edition of An Hour with Bob, when we have a full show for you tonight. Got some good-looking guys here tonight, some brain, some brawn, and some music. We got a lot of stuff going on here tonight. First of all, we're going to lead in with Dr. Matthew Lopresti. Is that how you pronounce it?
You got it, Bob.
And my good old friend,
it's so nice to see
long-time friend, long-time friend.
We won't say how long, though.
No, Dr. Robert Leonard. How you doing, guys?
We're doing fabulous.
Now, I am honored to finally meet you. I hear all about you from this guy, and he hasn't ever had anybody as his sidekick. And I understand he waited 8 years till you finished all your college and all your medical school. You explain it to us.
Well, what happened? Dr. Lopresti is he's the chosen one, actually.
I was going to say that, but I want
to
give that to you. I want to give it to you.
That's really nice. So 8 years ago, Dr. Lopresti was a medical student who spent a month with me doing training in hair transplant surgery.
Now, where did you meet him?
We met through our alma mater, the University of New England College of Osteopathic Medicine up in Maine. And I take students regularly, and Dr. Matt was available as a medical student, and we always kept in touch over the years. And I have been very, very busy, thank God, in my practice.
Yes, you have.
And it's about time that I decided to bring somebody else on board to both serve our patients, because I'm booking many months in advance, as well as to kind of take a little time. And Dr. Lopresti was finished with his residency, and I was waiting for him, and he was waiting for me. And thank God everything worked out.
It all worked out.
Yeah.
He's got a smile.
Timing.
He's got a grin on his face from ear to ear, huh?
Well,
Great timing.
Yes.
It worked out really
Now, how
well.
long have you been together now? How long is it? Are you just starting?
No, well over a year.
Well over a year you've
He's
been
doing
together.
surgeries on his own now at Leonard Hair Transplant Associates. So he'll be doing my surgery coming up in the next couple of months, believe it or not.
Cut it out.
We're going to do it.
You need one?
This receded hairline, it's going to be not receded
Oh, come
anymore.
on. Why do you want it? You told me you don't need it. You're not 20 years old, Doc. You don't want the hairline here.
39 and
You
holding.
don't want the hairline
no,
here.
we don't
do
go
you?
down that low.
No.
The thing is, though, what better stamp of approval can I tell to patients who, I've created a brand these last 27 years.
You sure have.
And honestly, I'd be the same way when I first come into a place. I want the guy whose name is on the marquee.
Right.
And I think the best stamp of approval for my patients or prospective patients is to have this young man work on me.
Right.
And what more trust than that?
That is a stamp of approval, right?
Can't ask for anything more than that.
That is absolutely the stamp of approval.
You better not mess up, is all I can say.
So I understand also you're here to announce you got this new procedure. Or I guess you have. You've been working it out. And
Right.
you've been
We've got a new device called the ARTIS robotic device. So
ARTIS.
AS.
ARTIS. Without the T. You don't pronounce the T, right?
They're not in Rhode Island.
Not in Rhode Island. I thought it was the R's we don't pronounce.
Well, I don't know. Something on this set changes everything.
Everything goes haywire.
It does.
All right. Anyway, so.
Well, we've been doing transplants for many years. We actually remove a strip of skin from the back of the head. That's what you had done.
Exactly.
Remove a strip from the back of the head and suture together, and then under magnification we dissect
cut
it into
that up
little
into
grafts.
pieces.
And then we transplant those on the top of the head. Well, for guys who really want to, this is the ARTIS device now.
Oh, you got it right here.
We remove grafts individually from the back of the head. So instead of dissecting them, we're taking them out individually.
Oh, so that means it
and so
recovers faster, right?
Exactly. So this is the device is evaluating the donor area, checking out how many hairs per square inch, and then it's like a gun, and under our control, it makes little holes. So this is the old technique.
Now they're pulling them out? Is that what that is right now?
And this is 1 week after the transplant. So with the ARTIS robotic device, there's no linear scar.
That's
so this
before.
is before.
Wow.
And that's after 9 months.
Wow.
So it takes a long time for the hairs to grow. But
Well, 9 months, it's worth the wait.
It is. It is.
Besides, you don't want to. There would be nothing worse than walking into a doctor's office and having something done and going home the next day. Everybody would notice it.
Exactly.
Right. When you did me, it was like people said, "What'd you do different? You lost
lose
weight,
weight or
Bob? Did you
something,
lose weight? What are you doing? You're wearing doing
Whatever it is.
something different. You're wearing higher shoes or something? What are you doing? You wearing lifts on your shoes?"
Well, I'll tell you, we talked about this before. Hair restoration, for men especially, it's a very, very private situation.
Sure.
So I liken it to people coming into a VD clinic to my office.
Well, that's a hell of a thing to liken it to.
Honestly, it's true. Men are very private about their hair loss, so we respect that.
Right.
And, that's why we do marketing and advertising.
Sure.
I have thousands of happy patients who don't tell anybody they had anything done.
Right.
So now with the artist device, if they want to wear the hair short in the back, there's no line, there's no surgical scar.
That takes a while to heal versus
Exactly.
this new.
So these little individual grafts are removed, and at the end of the day, if they want to wear the hair and buzz it like a marine cut or something, they're good to go with no noticeability.
Wow.
So it's really, it's a big innovation that we've done over the last number of years, which is something that we want to offer as many things possible. We always try all these years
Sure.
to be on the cutting edge of technology.
Now that robot actually pulls the.
Yeah, so what we
pops
do,
them out?
Dr. Lopresti is really the main guy for this. So we have like a little toggle, like a little clicker.
Right.
And then the robotic arm will come around and evaluate, as we saw in the video, evaluate the
How many per
hairs.
square inch, like you said?
Right.
Yeah.
And then it triggers and it removes the grafts individually. So then when we pluck them and we transplant them, there's no line in the back of the head.
Well, how many grafts, like my hair? How many grafts?
So
do
we
it
go
take?
from anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 grafts in a session. If you get more than 2,000 grafts, it's a very long day.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a very long day. And
But I'll tell you what is cool, and you're the doctor.
Yeah.
As a patient, I'll tell
Yeah.
you what I thought was what was really cool about your office. You sit there and you're in the chair, and you're in like a doctor's chair, dentist chair, whatever you want to call it, with lays back, and the first thing you give the patient is what? A remote control,
yeah,
right?
a movie list. Yeah.
A movie. Oh, that's right. The first thing is the movie list, and then the remote control, and then you can.
It's the only time in a man's life that he has control over the
Has
remote,
control
right?
of everything.
Only
Yeah.
time. So we really try to do that. And what Dr. Lopresti really has offered to not only myself but our patients is that I'm booking so much in advance, and now that he does things the exact same way I do.
Sure.
I trained him specifically in the Leonard technique.
Right.
And he does what I do. So if a patient wants to have a procedure done sooner than September, for example, Dr. Matt is available. And it's really exciting because you ever hear the term YOLO? You live only once?
Ah, yes.
He's my YOLO man.
That's right.
He's the
Which
guy
allows you to go on a little
travel like you and I do, like
Yes,
we
exactly.
together.
Now you're going on a safari, are you?
We're going to
you are going to Africa, right?
Right,
is it
in
safari
July.
or
It's
is
a
it just?
safari. That's a family trip we're doing later in the
Good,
summer.
good. But you're going on a couple other trips for medical reasons.
Yeah, this week we're actually speaking down in Orlando, both of us, to talk about the latest techniques about artists. We also do a lot of women. Female pattern hair loss is pretty prevalent. So we talk a lot about women. We're talking about a technique. We're doing a surgery down there. And then I'm speaking in Brazil, and that's one of your favorite countries, right?
Yeah,
and we can't talk about Brazil, I guess. But it's a wonderful, wonderful place, and we'll be speaking down there. It'll be very exciting.
And then did you just go to, or you just going to in the Middle East there? Not the Middle East.
In October we're going to
the
Kuala
Far East.
Lumpur. Can
Yes.
you imagine? The meeting was supposed to be in Bangkok, and then because of the political unrest, they changed
Which
it
was
to Kuala
crazy.
Lumpur.
It was nothing. It was nothing.
That's what I
I was
understand.
walking around Bangkok like it was. I saw the protest, but
Yeah.
they had tents set up in the street even.
Right.
But they didn't bother anybody. They didn't even cause any real unrest.
So the concern now, Kuala Lumpur with these poor people in the Malaysian Airlines. So I don't think we're going from the frying pan to the fire, but I really would have loved to go to Bangkok. You talk so much about really a beautiful city.
It's a beautiful city.
Yeah.
Thailand's a beautiful place. Period. In fact, ironically, on The Price is Right, or one of those shows today, which I just happened to catch.
Mm-hmm.
One of the prize for I guess at the end of the show they have this thing,
Yeah.
the best prize thing, and the prize was to go to Thailand,
Yeah.
to go to Pattaya, Thailand, which is
yeah.
the beaches, the beautiful beaches in
Gorgeous.
Pattaya, Thailand.
Right. So, I mean, what we try to do at Leonard Hair Transplant Associates is first take excellent care of our patients. I mean, that's the bottom line of all this that we do. And we've been working very hard to do that. And with Dr. Matt coming on board now, we're really able to provide a more global, more attention to people because I can only do so much. We have
Right,
7
right.
offices.
Yeah, I was
No
going to
cran-
say that. I was just going to say that. You get the main, is Cranston
The
still
headquarters,
the world headquarters?
Yeah, it's in Cranston, Rhode Island.
Right.
And the coolest thing, I mean, people fly in from all over the world.
I know.
To Cranston.
Even football players,
Yeah, a lot
even
of-
big-time football
Yeah.
players, huh?
Wes Welker is one of our patients who has been wonderful about talking about his transplant.
And I heard another one that didn't talk about his
Well,
work.
we don't talk about anybody who didn't talk about anything.
Right.
We just leave that
But
out.
I do know, not because of you either. I know from other sources that somebody else very well known.
Yeah, and we did Lyndon Byers from the Bruins, the enforcer from all those. He had the artist device, and he's going to be working with me in different venues about talking about the having this artist transplant. And really, it's just a great thing to provide hair for people. And people,
Right.
you know what hair is. People say, well, how important hair is. It's very
Oh,
important.
it's very
to people.
important.
It
You
really
don't
is.
have to be, really hooked up on your looks to in fact, when I had it done, I really was like, I don't care,
Yeah.
Remember, I wasn't like a
feel
big
better
deal.
with it than without it, though, don't you?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And you know, when you get out of the shower and you look in the mirror in the morning, brushing your teeth, and you see hair, feels good.
Yeah, exactly. And this hair doesn't fall out.
Never falls
This
off.
hair doesn't
It
go
doesn't.
anywhere. The other stuff goes, but
Yeah.
the hair that you move doesn't go anywhere.
Well, because genetically, this hair grows lifelong. So wherever we move the follicles in the skin to the new location, it keeps the genetic integrity. So it will grow forever and ever. That's why people say, do transplants really grow? Of course they grow. They grow and you get haircuts and you can cut and color and comb your own
It's
hair.
not like the olden days. It's not like the Cy Sperling days, right?
Well, that's a hair piece. That's
Yeah,
a
I
whole
know,
different
I know,
world.
I
Yeah.
know that.
But pretty soon, when Dr. Lopresti does my transplant, I'll be the president and the medical director and a patient. So it'll be kind of cool. I don't want to steal a line from Cy.
All right, hang on here for a second. I got to say hi to my buddy Bill over here.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. Want to
Now-
hear some music?
You go ahead. What are you
All
going to give us a song?
Yeah, I'm going to do a B.J. Thomas song.
A B.J. Thomas.
Yes, yes.
Which one?
Just can't help believing.
Oh, there you go.
I just can't help believing when she smiles up soft and gentle with a trace of misty morning and the promise of tomorrow in her eyes. And I just can't help believing when she's lying close beside me and my heart beats with the rhythm of a sigh. This time the girl is gonna stay. This time the girl is gonna stay for more than just a day. I just can't help believing when she slips her hand in my hand, and it feels so small and helpless that my fingers fold around it like a glove. And I just can't help believing when she's whispering magic and her tears are shining on it sweet with love. This time the girl is gonna stay. This time the girl is gonna stay for more than just a day. I just can't help believing. I just can't help believing. Thank you.
Bill
BJ Thomas.
Beatty, we'll have you back again in a couple of minutes. Got to say hi to the doctors. They got to get back to work pretty soon.
That's
and,
right.
help some other people with their hair. But I got to ask you, Dr. Matt, or Matthew, my son, one of my son's name's Matthew, your perspective of coming on with a legend. I mean, the guy's a legend in Rhode Island, New England.
Yeah, it's truly is a blessing. Knowing Doc for the last 8 years, I couldn't have asked for the opportunity. It's a fantastic blessing, as I said. But training with Doc, for people that may or may not know, he's been doing it for 27 years.
Exactly.
So who better to learn from? Not only that, but also to have such a great mentor and someone that I really cherish as being a great friend. It's great working with him on a daily basis.
And someone that's not doing it like a factory, like some of these other different outfits that are doing things like a franchise. This is the guy. He's been doing all the work all this time. Now
Right.
you finally come along and got to alleviate some of the pressure from him, and it's a hell of a compliment for him to be taking you on. That's
Right.
that's the way I look at it. I'm sure that's the way you look at it.
He loves what he does, and that's the nice thing about it, is that he enjoys coming to work. He loves helping people. It's like you said, it's not a factory. It's more of a personal friendship environment. So it's a great opportunity. It's a blessing, which
Well, I walk in
grateful
his
for.
office unannounced often. You know, sometimes I'll drop off chocolate-covered strawberries to his
Oh, they're good.
secretaries and to everybody else, and I walk in and I see the attitude of everybody in the place. It's just it's a family place of business is what it is. It's not like some of these other things that you hear about, read about.
Right.
Well, one of the nice things, really, I'm a GP at heart. You know, in general practice, you take care of patients like your own family members.
Right.
And my patients, even though it's a cosmetic surgical procedure, they become friends, as we have become friends over
Sure.
these years. And I'm helping a patient who has a particular problem. It's an unusual problem for some people to think, but it's a problem that bothers somebody. If, as a physician, you want to help them to get over that.
Yep.
And that's what we do now.
Right.
And it's so satisfying. It really is. It's wonderful.
Well, I can see it. Give us the name. Where are your other places?
Well, the main office is in Cranston, Rhode Island. We
Right.
have an office in Worcester, Hyannis, downtown Boston, Braintree, and a surgical facility in Newton, Massachusetts.
Right.
And one office in Salem, New Hampshire. So
Wow.
7 offices around. So, you know, we try to make it so that people who may be a little concerned and, have a little difficulty picking up the phone and coming in, that we're in their neighborhood more or less, so they can make it easy for them to come in for their free consultation.
Right.
I mean, how much, we can't do anything more than, we can't drag them in the office.
Right, and this
but we
makes it
make
easier for you to travel too with Dr. Matt
It is.
taking over some of the load,
The
so to speak.
day-to-day stuff. I mean, really, I don't think, I kid about retiring, but I don't think I'll ever
No,
retire.
you're
but-
not going to retire. How can you retire?
can't.
It's
I
not
mean,
your nature.
No, it isn't. But I'm not going to work as many hours, I think, which would be good.
He says that, but that's not going to happen. He'll go on. He'll do his couple vacations now and again, but he'll be around. Well, guys, thank you for stopping
Thank you
by.
so much for having us, really. And I'm so happy you got to meet Dr. Lopresti.
Thank you, Bob.
Doc, nice to meet you.
Likewise,
And
thank you.
I'll probably be seeing you pretty soon. I got some filling in the back to do. You got to take us out of here with a short one, Bill. And I'll see you guys on Reservoir Avenue in Cranston.
We'll be there.
All right. Wait till you see my next guest, folks. Take us out of here.
Okay. Tell me, when will you be mine? Tell me quando, quando, quando we can share a love divine. Please don't make me wait again. When will you say yes to me? Tell me quando, quando, quando you mean happiness to me. Oh, my love, please tell me when. Every moment's a day, and every day is a lifetime. Let me show you the way to a joy beyond compare. I can't wait a moment more. Tell me quando, quando, quando. Say it's me that you adore. And then, darling, tell me when. Every moment's a day, and every day is a lifetime. And to show you the way to a joy beyond compare. I can't wait another day. Tell me quando, quando, quando. Say it's me that you adore. And then, darling, tell me when. And then, darling, tell darling, tell me when.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're back, folks. And we got a big crowd here now. Oh, my God. We got some big guys here. Billy Vigeant, how you doing here, Bill?
Hi, Robert. How you doing, buddy? Nice
All
to
right.
see you again.
Nice to see you. Always great
Pleasure.
to see you. Billy Vigeant Sports. But you've been on TV about as long as I have, huh?
About, 20, 22 years.
Yeah, I'm 22 years. 23rd year begins May 29th for me.
Wow.
Who's this guy? Is that Gene?
My business partner, Gene Carlino.
Gene, Carlino. How you doing?
Pleasure.
Dan?
How you doing?
Dan
Dan
Keel?
To you.
Keel.
That's right.
You're a big guy.
Somewhat.
Somewhat? He's a big guy, and he can hide behind you. Now, I heard a lot about you. Even before I heard about you, I heard about you.
Is that right?
You're from Newport area,
Yep.
right?
Quinnick Island from Portsmouth originally.
From Portsmouth.
Yep.
Went to school at Salve,
Yes, I did.
right? And now you're in, I saw you on one of the TV stations, Channel 10 and Channel 12, I guess. I've seen you on a couple different shows. And are you getting ready for the combines, or did you do the combines already?
Well, originally I went to the NFL Regional Combine, which was at the New York Jets indoor training facility back in February.
Okay.
And then from there I got invited to the Super Regional, which is for all 32 teams in Detroit, which is actually this coming weekend.
So you're on offensive. We should establish this already. You're a football player.
Yes, I am.
I mean, it should be pretty obvious by. And he's sitting. I'm standing. I'm 5'9½". I'm standing. He's sitting down. So, how tall are you? 6 what? 6'6"?
6'4".
6'4".
Yes.
And you weigh what?
310.
310. And he's in shape. 310. 310 in shape.
Yes.
Wow. And you played what? Offensive?
I play offensive line. I play guard and also a little bit center.
Wow.
Yes.
And what is your favorite position of the two? Or is there another one you like?
I mean, I'd love to run the ball, but that's not really
Yeah,
an
no,
option.
that doesn't seem.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you could.
Yeah.
Did
But-
Perry do that once?
Yeah.
Refrigerator
of course.
Perry ran for a touchdown once with
In the
your
Super
buddy.
Bowl,
Against who?
my business partner, my other
Who's your-
business,
that's
Jim
right.
McMahon.
Jim McMahon, that's right. I
That's
remember
right.
Refrigerator Perry. He was one of the first 300-pounders. He wasn't the first. The first one played for the Kansas City Chiefs, by the way. The first 300-pounder in pro football, I believe, played for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, I hate to say
Very
it.
good, Bob.
Yeah.
Go on, what were you going to say?
No, refrigerator Perry's a lot bigger than 300 today.
Well, now he is. Yeah, now he's probably 400 pounds, and he's bigger than a refrigerator.
But
Oh, why than a refrigerator?
well, as you can see, Dan's no small guy. Just to bring it back just a little bit, just to talk about how this all became about, as well
Right.
as I own a firm along with Gene Carlino called ATR, Above the Rest Player Agency.
ATR.
ATR, or you can go to atrplayers.com,
Right.
which you can see as far as some of Dan's footage there from the combine, as well as some of his footage when he played over at South
Right. Well, we got a
Regina.
couple articles here. We got.
Yeah, we're having just to let you know what we do is we actually are NFL agents. We also do player representation, marketing, and endorsements. And so this year's been a great year for us, where we have
We got 3 players that I know.
three
of,
players,
right?
right? Emery Polly out of Brown University.
Right.
Drayton Calhoun out of Mid-Tennessee State.
Well, one's a defensive back and the other one's a cornerback, right?
Exactly. And then as far as we got Danny Kiu, which you talk about making a very big splash, which we're very excited about, as far as from Salve Regina.
Right. Local guy. Local guy makes good. Everybody's got to be rooting for you.
You know what I love about it? It's underdog story. You know, this was a graduating process in my career. As you know, I'm also an actor, but also I own a sports marketing company. And Gene and I have been talking for years prior to, just other than doing marketing in sports and doing high-end celebrity events all around the country, which, as you know, I deal with pretty much who's who from the world of sports and entertainment. Gene and I came together to use our expertise to bring it. That's what's so exciting. As far as Gene's not only just an NFL agent, he's a tax attorney. So he's dual-sorted, so to speak.
I won't hold that against you.
But
Right, Doc?
Most people usually do, especially the doctors.
The doctor. Yeah. So go ahead.
So as far as we came together and we said, you know something, it's something we both had passions as far as in sports, but even more so.
Well, you've
me.
always had a passion.
Well, I also was an athlete
I
myself.
was just going to say that. You were a football player yourself.
Exactly, and Gene also as well. As far as I just had a chance to play professional ball, and it was something that I always wanted to do as far as to stay close to the game. After my career was cut short, and that's one of the reasons why doing a TV show and then having a relationship with Jim McMahon
Right.
in the other area of my life, doing high-end celebrity events, gave me a chance to stay close to a lot of professional athletes, ex-NFL pros, as well as Major League Baseball and Hall of Famers. Boxers, as you know, as far as, working with I think the last count was over 450 celebrity athletes or entertainers, which was quite a great number. But this was a graduating process, which I was real excited about, because it gave me a chance to live out my dream at one more step in capacity for us to become NFL agent representation company, also to work with other sports. So you talk about, fast forward a little bit, this year, he's real excited. Dan himself, as far as being an underdog, coming from Salve Regina, which is a Division III school.
Right.
And you talk about going to a local combine, which we'll have Gene speak in a second, just a little bit of what we have in store for Dan. But for him to go to a local combine at the Jets facility and compete against Division I, Division II competition at a Division III level, and for him to be hand-selected to go to the National Combine, which is coming up this weekend in Detroit, the Detroit Lions facility, is real exciting.
My sentimental favorite, I might add, the Detroit Lions.
Ah, interesting.
My sentimental favorite team.
Mine also.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
The Thanksgiving Day game, my big game, Detroit Lions.
So as far as, you talk about being an underdog as well as, being excited, as far as, especially this year here, Dan, we couldn't even be much more enthralled than we are as far as to be able to represent Dan.
Right.
So as far as, I'd like to elaborate a little bit about what we have in store for him, because as you know, we have no professional teams here in Rhode Island. Yeah. We adopted the Red Sox, we adopted the Patriots, we adopted the Bruins.
We got AAA.
Yeah,
Tucker Red Sox.
but I'm talking about as far as,
Major leagues,
as far as major venues in major cities, you have, professional ball teams. So as far as, we're a rarity as far as in representation, but also as far as for have a pro caliber type of athlete to come out of here, we're real excited about.
Gene.
Sure. Well, first of all, the synergies that Bill and I bring to ATR result in having the capacity to be a full-service sports representation firm. My practice as an attorney focuses on matters of tax and by necessity gets me into contractual issues. Bill covers the media side, and Dan has become a local celebrity because of that now.
Sure.
We're very excited about Dan's potential. One of the major issues coming out of a D3 school is, well, gee, you don't compete in the SEC, the ACC.
Right.
But with offensive linemen in particular, that gap from being able to compete at the NFL level, versus a D3 level is one that can be overcome. Look at Joe Andruzzi.
Sure.
I hate this distinction that they make in football between the skill players and the offensive linemen. I think it's somewhat discriminatory being an ex-offensive lineman.
Right.
But nonetheless, it's coming from those football factories where they really look to see the skilled players. Offensive linemen can make that leap, and Dan has distinguished himself.
Sure. Well, he certainly has the size and the speed, I might add, for a big guy, huh?
Yeah, I like to call them big skills. They say
Yeah.
the O-linemen and skill players. We're the big skills. That's
You
all.
get the big skills, huh?
Yeah.
So, how do you do the 4-4? Or is it the
5-10-5 shuttle?
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of my better events. My best 5-10-5 shuttle was a 4.5.
That's what
That's my best one I've run.
Yeah, and that's on par with the big guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, his numbers are right there, Bob. And I mean, you're an old-time football fan, so you remember the Packer sweep, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the key to that is the pulling guard. So he's got those quick feet that you wouldn't expect in a 310-pound guy.
Well, if I'm a quarterback, that's what I want in front of me, right?
Yeah. You want to be running behind him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want a guy of size and speed,
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And height too,
Absolutely.
right? You get the whole and a good-looking guy too.
Thank you.
Not that I have anything about guys, but you got
I don't know, though.
nobody ever accused me of that. That's for damn sure.
His hairline is receding a little. We may have
I
to
know.
hook him up with your
so funny 'cause
Your
prior.
Doc, you got to have to climb a ladder to get up on the back of him.
We're getting a package deal here, huh?
Yeah.
Leave it to Bill. He's always thinking. Right?
Yeah, he is. Oh, that mind's moving all the time.
There's no flies here, buddy. They're paying rent.
Yeah, there you go. So go ahead. What else did you want to say? You want to say something
Talk a
else?
little bit about how we got him to where he is right now with the
Well,
Americana Bowl and
There's a lot of work getting a player to a stage where they're recognized. it is not hard to be busy in this business. It's hard to be busy with qualified people.
Right.
There's a saying that if your phone is ringing at this time of year, don't answer it because it's somebody who couldn't find an agent. Dan himself was referred to us by a guy who left the league a year or two ago. We took a look at him. He had the size. We shared his tape with some NFL talent evaluators. They felt that he had the skill set to go farther.
Sure.
The big question remained. D3 is one thing.
Right. Who do you play
SEC,
against,
ACC,
obviously.
right, competition's another. We worked with him in lining up his training. We went as far as on Valentine's weekend, my wife and I driving him to New York to participate in the
that must have
Jets
went over
workout.
good, huh? That
Yes.
went over good with the wife, huh? Hon, here we go on Valentine's. I got a special present for you.
Yeah. And then when a 310-pound guy get in the car, it all changed.
He wasn't the masseuse.
But I'll tell you, Bob, right up to this weekend, we've been working on the Wonderlic with him. And you know what that is. It's the assessment test that the league gives to players that he's going to take this weekend in Detroit.
Right.
And hopefully he won't freeze up this weekend. We don't think he will, but he scored a perfect score on the sample questions he worked on. So it's a full-service firm. I'm fortunate to have a partner that can bring to the table the media expertise. I was telling Dan on the way over here, programs such as this, the periodicals you look at, teams like the Patriots, they're very interested in investing in their community. And if they see
Sure.
they're not going to let me or Bill or you call up and refer a friend, but if they see a bona fide guy, and the hard thing is getting a shot. Every young man says, if I could just have my shot.
That's right. That's right.
So
well,
we
he's got
thank you
everything
for-
else there. All he needs is the shot.
That's right.
That's all you need is the
Yeah.
actual opportunity to get in front of the right people at the right time, and that's your job, getting him in front of the right people at the right time.
And venues like this help.
Right. Hopefully.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
you know the definition of luck. I don't have to tell you, it's where preparation meets opportunity.
Right.
So, we can only as far as lead him to water, but he has to do most of the work, as he knows, as far as this is a two-way relationship. It's a give and take. We'll do our end, he does his end, and as far as hopefully we'll meet where we're supposed to be. So we got a lot riding on this weekend, as well as we're real excited as far as to be able to be behind him and with him throughout this process, because it's very important. This is not our first rodeo, which fortunately enough itself, we're building a name for ourselves, as well as Dan can, as far as take the expertise that we have to offer and just take it to another level. So it's real exciting. And also, as Gene mentioned earlier, we thank you as far as for taking the time out to show concern and as well as to show an interest. And that's what it's all about. It's a team game. I'm a team player from way back. There's no I in team. Offer an opportunity as well as being able to support us, as well as, offer Dan support. I can't thank you enough as a friend as well as a counterpart.
Well, there's something to be said about this show. It's been on 22 years. There have been a lot of people that sat on this place, on this whether it be this format or when we had the desk, whatever, that are in the big time now. Catherine Tappan, she's in national, regional,
the,
national
hockey
stuff
network,
now.
yeah.
The girl on Dylan Dreyer
Familiar with
came from here. Well, you know something? We'll do a song when we come back. I'll have a few names for you. I can't think of them off the top of my head. Give me a song, Bill, and then I'll come up with a couple more names. There's been several others that have started here and made it to the big time.
In the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and I watch them roll away again. Now I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. I have nothing to live for, looks like nothing's gonna come my way. I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Looks like nothing's gonna change, everything still remains same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. I'm just sitting here resting my bones, and the loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I've roamed just to make this dock my home. Now I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Thank you.
Bill, how do you say it? Righty?
Reedy.
Reedy. I always mess that up. I say it right a couple times, then I go Reedy, righty, Reedy.
That's 50-50.
Bill Righty. You have a
It's-
website, right?
Yeah, it's BillReedyMusic.com, and Reedy is R-E-I-D-Y.
R-E-I-D-Y.
Yeah, BillReedyMusic.com.
BillReedy.com.
Yep.
Now, what do you like most? What kind of music do you like best?
My sweet
You
spot
go from
is
like the 40s to what?
from
the
the
80s?
40s up until like the late 70s, and that's about it.
Yeah? What do you
So-
like? Who's your favorite
You know,
vocalist?
it runs the gamut. I mean, I do a lot of Frank Sinatra. I do Neil Diamond shows. I do a lot of Elvis, and I do.
Well, you even look like Neil Diamond.
That's right.
I'm sure you've been told that, right?
Yeah, especially when I dress up with the colorful shirts and the whole.
Well, that
thing, so,
helps. Yeah,
right.
that helps. You know what I wanted to remind people, or actually what I said before the song or the break, that I said there have been several people that have gone from this chair into the major leagues, be it not sports, but somewhere they got exposure from here and they went big time. One that comes to mind right away, and Corey reminded me of, is Christine Johnson. Christine Johnson
Wow.
used to be on Channel 12.
Where is she today?
She does the 6 and the 11 o'clock news for WCBS, the anchor station in New York City, the national station. And I told her when she was on my show, she'd been on my show 3 times. I told her when she was on my show, I said, I can see you filling in for Katie Couric within 5 years. And she laughed at me. A few months later, I got a call from her telling me that she got picked up by WNBC or NBC, I guess is it WNBC? NBC National. They give her own late night show. And then, now, by the way, when I made this prediction, she was with a CBS station. And I'm over there telling her she's got to fill in for Katie Couric. And don't you know, she ended up filling in for Katie Couric.
Right, the way that went.
Now,
yeah.
now she's back with CBS, and she's the anchor on the 6 and the 11 o'clock news. If you go to New York, the anchor, the main CBS station in the United States, the #1 station in the United States, she's the anchor.
Well, Dan's going to keep that trend going.
And by the way, Dylan Dreyer, who you'll see on the weekends, she's the weather girl on NBC,
Yeah, 10.
and she fills in for Al Roker when he's away. Good-looking blonde girl. She was here. She started here. Well, didn't start here, but she came here as a recommendation from Catherine Tappan, who I did an hour show down in East Greenwich, and a couple months later, she called me and said, I got picked up by Nissan.
Right.
And another girl, Sabani Banerjee, goes from Channel 6. Now she's in Channel 7 in Boston. And there were several others, but they don't come to mind yet, but I'm
There's
sure they
opportunity
will.
here.
Oh, Tony Potts, years ago. I don't know if you remember him. He used to have the Upper Deck, Channel 12 Sports. He ended up in California with Pat O'Brien doing that show, one of those magazine shows with Pat O'Brien.
the
He was
big
on
basketball
Entertainment
guy.
Tonight, I think.
Right,
He was
right.
for a
That's
while.
exactly one of the. It was Entertainment Time. One of those shows he was on, but he was here 2 or 3 times, and he ended up. And they all give me some credit for, and they all use my tape too. They all use my a tape of my show as a clip.
It's not where you start, it's where you end up.
That's right. That's right. Well, and something was pointed out the other day on TV. Athletes are not born. Some people think they're born as superstars, and some people think they're made into superstars. And it's probably a combination of both. Size helps a lot, but determination, desire, and practice. And I understand you have a pretty good regimen of what you do in your practice, right?
Yes, I get up very early in the morning, have some protein, some egg whites, you know, the whole deal with all the vitamins in the morning.
Well,
I
no,
go-
give us a whole deal. You know the whole deal. They don't know the whole deal. What's the
All
whole
right,
deal?
well, it's just a lot of food. It's a lot of consuming.
A lot of food, huh?
A lot of consuming very early in the morning.
By the way, I also interviewed the world champion sumo wrestler years ago. The first American sumo wrestler a long time ago, about 12 years ago on my other show, Bob's Big Adventure. And he told me about what he eats.
All right, probably cut that into a fourth, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's what I have. And then I end up going to the gym. I still train at Salve. I went to Mike Ball's facility up in Worcester, Mass, I believe.
Correct.
Yep, and I got a lot of my workouts from there. I combine them with the ones at Salve. And then from there, I eat again. Then I go out, I go out to the turf. I run my tests. The whole process, I'd say, within the day is probably about 8 hours.
8 hours a
yes,
day?
Between the training, the running, even just the foam roll, stretching, ice bath, all that stuff. It's a full-time job right now. So.
Wow. How
It's
old are you
intense.
now?
I'm 22.
22 years old. That doesn't leave not a whole lot for chasing
Extracurriculars,
women,
huh?
does it?
What I tell him? What I tell you?
Don't even.
You're in a race, kid, right now. You're like
Yeah.
a horse in a race. Don't look left or right. Don't worry. There'll be plenty of women
Yeah.
once you're there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly.
Just
He's
don't let him get
exactly-
hungry on the show. He misses the guys cooking over here. You start gnawing on your arm. Watch out.
Yeah, I know. We used to have a lot of you do miss that. We miss that.
Yeah.
Because we used to have a lot of chefs on this show. Once in a while we get them, but not nearly as much as we used to when we used to have the real fire. They don't let us have the fire anymore.
Does he look like he's starving to death to you?
No, he doesn't. None of us look like you're starving.
So we must be pretty good at what we do. We all eat well.
So you're going to the combines and
Super regional.
So,
Detroit.
yeah.
Yes.
That's the next one.
I leave this Friday. I get there about midday, and as soon as I get there, we start breaking into groups. They'll put us through the Wanderlick test, the PAT test. There's another written test, and then we get all our measurables: our height, weight, our arm length, and then we go off to the bench press test that Friday night at 6 p.m. And then at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday is when we start all our running
Got
tests. and
curfew Friday night.
position drills and
God.
things like that. It's going to be on NFL Network.
Yeah, it's going to be televised live.
Oh,
on
really?
the
Yes,
NFL
so
Network.
that's exciting, obviously.
Yeah. Now, how many people are going to be there? How many?
About 200 participants.
Right.
Again, all, as Bill said, hand-selected by the NFL.
That's around the whole country, though.
Talent evaluators,
Yeah.
yes. There were a series of 11 regional combines, and about 300 participants in each of those combines, regionals. And from there, about 10 participants from each regional were invited by invitation only to go to the super regional at the expense of the NFL. The NFL has realized there is a lot of talent that falls through the cracks. Remember when we were growing up, the draft was 17, 18, 19. Deacon Jones was a 19th round draft pick.
Right.
And back then there were 14 teams.
Exactly. Now there's 30 teams.
There's 30 teams, but they've dropped the number of rounds down to 7, so they really haven't created opportunities for every player to get into the NFL through the draft. And my own personal view as an attorney is that favors management. It favors the NFL. If more
Right.
talent comes in through the
Sure.
undrafted process.
And it also favors the big colleges
Yes.
with the big programs.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So they realize there's a lot of talent. It's a highly processed event. They don't allow agents there to attempt to influence or get clients.
Oh, they don't?
They do not. No.
So wait a minute, you go there by yourself or what?
Yes.
Yes, I'm going by myself.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
no. You all by yourself. He's all by
We
himself.
sent him a little teddy bear, too.
You packed the teddy bear.
Ted.
Ted, the teddy bear. So
it's
really,
Thunder Bunny,
you go
right?
down there
Friday morning.
Friday morning,
Yes.
and they hook you up with somebody down there, right?
I'll be staying with another participant in a
Right.
hotel that they provide.
Do you beat them up and make sure that's one less guy? That makes it 199.
No.
Huh? No.
Well, at night we call him up, make sure he's tucked in. And,
Yeah.
We tell him a little story and put him to sleep. Make sure he has his milk and,
Well, that's pretty interesting that no agents are there.
Yeah. Same protocol as Indy. They want to keep it a very sterile environment. They want to make sure no outside influences. The NFL is very protective of their brand. So yes, it's players only. Even at the regionals, he should feel bad for me. I was outside in the freezing weather in New York in February looking in through the glass.
Really? Like an expectant father, right?
with the same sincerity, yes.
And by the way, this goes full circle. Also, do you know where the first super agent came from?
Super agent?
Yeah, super agent.
Well, that would be,
Super agent of
Yes.
sports
Jerry
agent.
Capstein?
That's right.
yes, that's right.
From here.
Oh.
Jerry, not from
friend-
that show, but
a
Jerry
friend of mine,
Capstein came
Jerry.
from Rhode Island. He used to be the statistician for PC basketball, and he became an agent. He also married into the family, Ray Kroc's family, and became
San Diego Padres.
with the
Jim
San Diego.
Donald.
They owned the San Diego Padres, so he was an attorney. He was going to school to be an attorney, and he ended up marrying the daughter of Jerry Capstein of Ray
Ray
Kroc.
Kroc.
You know who Ray Kroc is?
Yes.
McDonald's hamburgers.
Yes.
He's-
So he did the right thing.
Never go hungry, that's for sure.
Yeah, he never went hungry. So think of that.
You know
too.
who's out of here too? Do you remember Tony Panacchia? God rest his soul.
Yes.
He signed Jim Rice to
I was just gonna say that,
multi-million-dollar
Jim Rice,
contract,
that's
which
right.
was a dear friend of mine. God rest his soul. He passed on, but yeah, Tony was out of here, and Alan Nero. Alan Nero's out of Chicago.
That's right. Yes.
So we've had our share, but
Oh.
ATR intends to be bigger and better.
All
And
right.
A lot of
Well,
hard work.
again, ATR
Players.com. Go to the website.
ATRplayers.com.
Right, that stands for above the rest. Player,
Above the rest.
Right.
And it would take you to come up with something cool like that.
You know me, Bob. We have to be different. We have to be unique. That's what it's all about. Especially in this little roadie state, you have to be different.
That's right.
I
You
mean,
got to be up above. You got to
That's one
do
of the
that
reasons
much more work. That's what makes it good for you, because you got guys that are out there to push you harder than maybe some
Absolutely,
other guys
100%.
would do.
Absolutely.
Well, the fortunate experience is that we've been very wealthy. I've had the blessing, as far as in my other life, working with some of the biggest names in the world of sports, and then I have a two-time Super Bowl champion. That's like my brother. You know, you talk about marketing. How much more marketing can you say when you say Jim McMahon, headbands, sunglasses in the '80s? You know, he was a guy that defined that whole period and played probably on quarterback. One of the best teams in the '80s was the Chicago Bears.
Against the Patriots.
So
He played
before you
against
know
the
it, Dan
Patriots.
was a very quiet kid out of Portsmouth. We'll have the sunglasses
Yeah,
on very
yeah,
shortly.
yeah.
I'll have the headbands and the crew cuts and
Billy Vigeant sunglasses.
ATR. You know what I mean? Marketing.
Marketing. Well,
Listen.
thank you, guys.
Bobby, thank you.
Billy, thank you. Gene,
you, Bobby.
thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Dan, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Give us a song. Take us out of here.
Here we go, all right. Fly me to the moon, let me sing among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Da 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 da. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Hey!
Thank you.
I told you we'll get all the way around to the beauty. We got Rebecca. Nice to see you.
It's
Rebecca
a pleasure.
Flores.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here, Bob.
Yes, now you got an event coming on the 15th of the month, right?
Yes, Tuesday, April 15, between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m.
Where is it and what is it?
It's at 35 West Restaurant and Lounge, and that is at 39 Phoenix Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island.
Okay, it's called the West.
39 West Restaurant and Lounge.
That's what they call it, the 39.
West Restaurant and Lounge. That's the name of the restaurant.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's on
39 Phoenix Avenue, Cranston,
Phoenix
Rhode Island.
Avenue.
Yes.
Okay, Phoenix Avenue.
Yes.
All right. Now, what is this event you have?
Okay.
We should tell everybody you're
yes,
you're an
I
artist.
will. Well, I'm an artist. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I host my own TV show similar to yours. It's about arts and culture. Yeah. So there we go. And I also mentor high school students. But right now, what I'm doing is I'm working with an organization called the Natasha Love Foundation. And this foundation was established.
Now say what it is again.
The Natasha Love Foundation.
I like the way you speak.
The Natasha Love Foundation.
No, yeah,
Thank you.
Natasha
And
Love Foundation.
yeah, this foundation was established in memory of my daughter,
Okay.
Natasha Love Gonzalez,
Oh, I'm
whose
sorry.
life
Go
was
ahead.
taken away due to an act of teen violence in 2008. So what we are doing is we're doing something special this year and all the way to June of 2015. Because she would have been this year 25 years of age,
Wow.
I am awarding, we are awarding 25 high school youth 25 scholarships, artist team scholarships, so they can pursue their dream or interest in the arts.
Right.
And it's going to be again at 39 West Restaurant and Lounge.
On
But
Phoenix Avenue.
On Phoenix Avenue. And
On the 15th of
on Tuesday,
April 15th.
5 to 8. So what we're doing is we're selling a lot of original art, which is my art. We're also going to be raffling art. We're also going to be selling art prints, auctioning original art. We're going to have prizes, live entertainment such as Tony Serbo. For those who know him, the only New England Michael Bublé. Our special guest will be Perry Lee Tiny Tavares of the Tavares Brothers.
Oh,
We're going to have
who's
live
been on my
comedy.
show.
We're going to have live comedy. We're also going to have.
Well, who's going to be the comedy?
Well, I'd rather not say right now. We were told not to yet,
Oh,
you know,
okay,
so it's
okay,
kind of
'cause
a
I do know a
surprise.
couple of them, but
Yeah,
it-
it's going
yeah.
to be a surprise. And we are also going to have our MC, which is Tanya Cruz, our delightful
Tanya
friend.
Cruz.
Yes. So from here to 2015, I will be organizing a lot of fundraisers, painting a lot in order to raise enough to distribute some of these grants. So the best part of it is that the Natasha Love Foundation and the Rhode Island Foundation are teaming up to assure an ethical and effective way just to delivery system to process these grants. So there we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, what kind of art do you favor?
Well,
What do you do?
my medium, I vary. I do a lot of abstract, a lot of Jackson Pollock inspired artwork. I do portraits.
Tell us what Jackson Pollock is.
Jackson Pollock is more like a dripping process.
Right,
a
that
splash
Jackson
drip.
Pollock was a
He was an
he was a
artist
guy.
back.
He was an
yeah,
artist,
he was
yes.
an artist back in the 1920s.
Right.
Not many people can create his artwork, but I have established a collection on mental health based on that kind of theme. So I mean, I do a lot of impressions. I do a lot of portraits. I have a website. You could tap into my website, www.rebeccaflores.biz. You will find everything.
Flores.
Yes, and you will find everything about my artwork, my mission statement. You will find out about the Natasha Love Foundation and just other programs that I am working on at this time.
Wow.
Yeah, so my life is all based on the Natasha Love Foundation.
Right, so
to
all
give
for your
back
daughter.
to the youth.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
giving back to the youth.
Well, that's pretty great.
Yeah, but my mission is to inspire and empower women, you know,
Right.
by helping them realize their faith energy to believe. And the foundation focuses on the youth.
Okay, so we can see you Tuesday.
Tuesday, April
April
15th,
15th.
5 to 8 at 39 West Restaurant and Lounge.
On
At
Phoenix Avenue!
On 39 Phoenix Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Please come and support the cause. Thank you.
All right, thank you for stopping by.
No, thank you for having me here.
Okay.
Great
well,
fun.
Oh, hang
Lot of
on.
fun.
Bill, have you had fun tonight?
I had a lot of fun.
You met
Great
two
music,
great doctors.
by the way.
You made
I love
two
your
great
music.
doctors.
Very nice.
Yeah, and he has great music, huh?
Yes,
He's
yeah, he
nice,
sounds
nice,
wonderful.
soft, nice stuff.
This
He's
is
got-
good. I may
Does-
have to bring
does-
you on my show.
Yeah, doesn't he look like Neil Diamond? He does look like Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
So we got two great doctors. You've had, after you ever see a guy that big, huh?
Not in that great shape.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Imagine 310 pounds on an ounce of fat on the
Yeah.
guy.
Nice, huh?
You see him? He doesn't have any.
Right,
He's
right.
solid. The guy's
I know.
solid, 310 pounds.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right. Well, it looks like you spent an hour with Bob tonight,
The whole hour.
and Rebecca spent part of an hour with Bob, as did my good friends Dr. Matt and Dr. Robert over there, Leonard. And folks, you spent an hour with Bob, so we're going to have you take us out.
Here we go.
And until next time, folks, thank you for spending an hour with Bob, and see ya. Get us out of here, Bill.
It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait. When I first saw you, with your smile so tender, my heart was captured, my soul surrendered. I'd spend a lifetime waiting for the right time. Now that you're near, the time is here at last. It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait. Just like a willow, we would cry an ocean if we lost true love and sweet devotion. Your lips excite me, let your arms invite me, for who knows when we'll meet again this way. It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait. It's now or never. My love won't wait. It's now or never. My love won't wait.
I want to just add that the event is open to the public, and I encourage everyone to please come and support the event and purchase, raffle. A lot of this artwork will be raffled. I'm trying to raise enough revenue to distribute a lot of these grants to our youth. And I believe that when our youth is chasing their dream, they are more likely
To stay out of
steer
trouble.
away from detrimental behaviors
yes.
and from violence.
Exactly, from
So
bad
I
things,
recommend,
exactly.
please, everyone, please enjoy that night. You're going to have a lot of fun.
The 15th of April.
A lot of dancing.
Dancing too.
Dancing.
Oh, I won't be
yeah.
dancing. I won't be
Poetry.
dancing. I can't dance. Poetry. I can
Because
rhyme.
I am a
think.
poet.
I can rhyme.
So you're going to hear me recite some poetry because I am also a poet.
Yeah, she's a poet.
Yeah, I'm a poet.
I don't even know it though.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're out of here again, folks. We're going to try it one more time. We're out of here. Thank you for spending an hour with Bob, and thank you, Dr. Robert Leonard and Dr. Matt. See ya.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.